There is a certain kind of society that looks perfect from the outside. Clean streets, polite people, no one argues, no one shouts, everyone nods, everyone smiles. But watch carefully what happens beneath those smiles. Every morning, millions of people step onto the same trains, walk the same paths, bow the same way, and no one ever asks, "Is this what I actually want?" They smile. They agree. And inside, they are cataloging every frustration they cannot express. This is Japan, the most harmonious society on Earth, and also one of the loneliest. There is a word that controls 126 million people, a word that built their civilization, a word that also breaks them. That word is harmony. And here is where it gets uncomfortable. In the West, we worship freedom. We say, be yourself. We say, express your truth. We put it on posters. We put it on t-shirts. We teach it to our children like it's a religion. But look at what being yourself actually looks like in practice. You argue on the internet. You shout at strangers. You post your rage. You call it authenticity. And then you sit alone, in your apartment, scrolling, wondering why no one actually understands you. Now look at Japan. Children clean their own classrooms. Workers bow to each other before meetings. Streets are spotless. Crime is nearly invisible. The harmony works. It produces results that the West can only dream of. But that's not what psychology says. Psychology says, when you suppress every disagreement, every frustration, every "I think differently," those feelings do not disappear. They go somewhere, and where they go is deeper than you want to know. In 604 AD, Prince Shotoku wrote Japan's first constitution, 17 articles. And the very first article declared, harmony is to be valued above all. Not truth, not justice, not freedom. Harmony. This was not a suggestion. This was the operating system, installed into 126 million people for the next 1,400 years. Japan's suicide rate is 60% higher than the global average. Think about that number. Think about what it means that the most harmonious society on Earth kills itself at a rate that should be impossible. You've seen the postcard Japan, cherry blossoms, red torii gates, Zen gardens, polite bowing. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. But the postcard never shows you what's sitting just outside the frame, the person on the bench who hasn't spoken to anyone in weeks, the apartment window that stays dark at 2 a.m. The beauty you admire has a cost, and that cost is paid in silence. Harmony, the most beautiful word in Japanese, and also the most dangerous. Because harmony that requires you to erase yourself is not harmony. It is control. Now look deeper. Wa was not designed for happiness. Wa was designed for survival. Japan is an island, earthquakes, tsunamis, volcanoes. When the ground itself tries to kill you, you cannot survive alone. You need the group. You need everyone moving in the same direction. So they built a system that turns individuals into components of a larger machine. In Japanese schools, children do not ask why. When a child raises their hand to question the teacher simply shakes their head. The hand goes down. The question dissolves. The child learns. Your curiosity is a disruption, and they clean together. Every student cleans their own classroom, mops in perfect synchronization. It looks beautiful. It also teaches that your individual will is irrelevant. The group moves, you move with it. And this pipeline runs from age 6 through age 14, through age 25, through age 60. The conformity deepens. The individual fades. And by adulthood, you no longer know where the group's voice ends, and your own begins. In a Japanese office, The boss speaks. You nod. Your mouth says, "Of course." Your real opinion sits in a gray thought bubble that no one can see, and if that thought bubble ever escapes, if you ever say what you actually think, the room shifts, the chairs turn away, the warmth recedes. You become invisible, not hated, not attacked, just unseen. The group flows around you like water around a stone. You are present, you exist, but you are no longer part of the current. This is the Japanese face split. Left, Tatemae, the public face, the smile, the nod. Right, Honne, the real face, the exhaustion, the doubt. Both faces exist simultaneously. Both faces are required, even at home, even with your own family. The Tatemae smile persists. Everyone eats politely. No one raises their voice. The warm glow is present, but look closer. One person's eyes drift away. Another's jaw holds a tension you can almost feel. The harmony is maintained. The Honne is buried deeper. And psychology explains why. Your amygdala, the fear center, lights up when you face social rejection, the same region that processes physical pain. Your prefrontal cortex overrides your individual impulse and computes, what does the group need me to do? This is normative conformity. You glance at others, you raise your hand. Not because you agree, because your brain has calculated that disagreement is dangerous. Wa, the word that holds Japan together. But look closely, there is a crack running through it, a fracture. Because harmony that requires you to sacrifice your truth is not harmony. It is a prison, painted to look like a garden, even in prayer. The Japanese bow in perfect rows, hands clasped, heads aligned. No one speaks their own prayer. The collective worship, beautiful, devout, and completely individual free. And the child who asked why, that child now sits alone at lunch. The above their head is smaller, almost transparent. The system worked. The question was absorbed. The individual was corrected. What happens when an entire society makes you feel that your existence is a disruption? In the Japanese office, 10 colleagues turn their heads at the exact moment you pass. A coordinated avoidance, not hostile, just synchronized absence. And your face is not angry, not sad, just empty. A flat line where the mouth should be. Half-closed eyes, the expression of someone who has been unseen for so long that they no longer try to be seen. There is a word for this. Kunba-fen, Murahachibu, community ostracism, social exile. The village removes you, not by violence, by absence. In a traditional Japanese village, the festival happens. Everyone gathers, warm lantern light, and one person stands 3 steps outside the circle. No one sees them. They approach a conversation, shoulders close like a door. A neighbor looks at the sky. Another adjusts their bag. The avoidance is mundane, not hostile, just the village operating as designed, expelling the foreign cell without inflammation. 3 doors close. A phone shows 0 notifications. A dinner table with 1 empty chair, outlined in dashes. Murahachibu doesn't attack you, it erases you, and you sit alone. Phone blank. Thought bubble empty, no one to think about. The empty bubble is the loneliest image. It means your mind has no one to address, and neuroscience confirms social pain and physical pain share the same neural circuit. The anterior cingulate cortex lights up when your arm breaks, and it lights up when your community rejects you. Same circuit, same intensity, different wound. Your brain cannot tell the difference. In Edo period Japan, the village council sat in a gold circle on the ground. Inside, harmony. Outside, exile. The line has existed for 400 years, and in modern Japan, The doors still close. No one speaks. No one looks. You walk through a corridor of closed surfaces, and your face splits. Left half, Tatemae smile still active. The mask persists even in exile. Right half, gray, flat mouth, tiny dot pupil. The smile survives the person. The mask is stronger than the face beneath it. And here is what harmony produces: clean streets, polite service, safe neighborhoods, beautiful temples. The results are real. But beneath each result, the cost. The street cleaner alone at 5 a.m., the commuter asleep standing, the clerk with a teardrop behind the smile, the window, flat black, curtains drawn. The beauty is real, and so is the price. Over 1 million Hikikomori live in Japan. Some have not left their rooms in 20 years. The Hikikomori room, a bed, a desk, a window with drawn curtains, the only light, a blue monitor. Left, the world that accepts them, bright, warm, digital friends who never judge. Right, the world that doesn't, dark, gray, the real isolation. The monitor is the door that never opens outward. 3 notes on a hallway door. I love you. Please come out. Dinner is ready. Yellowed edges, years of waiting. A mother kneels outside a door, placing a food tray. The door doesn't open. Later, she collects the tray. The food section is smaller. Someone is alive inside, but the door stays closed. The love travels through the tray. The person remains behind the wall. And somewhere, in an empty temple corridor, a single figure plays the shakuhachi flute. A warm amber glow, small, fragile, but present. The Honne, still alive, still refusing to be silent. The outsider stands at the village edge. Behind, warm light. In front, gray space, half lit, half shadow. And then, the festival shrinks. The gray expands. The outsider grows in the frame. They are no longer at the edge of someone else's story. They are the frame now. And here is where the architecture becomes visible. Ben Yin, Honne, true feelings, Jian Qian, Tatemae, public face, 2 words, 2 faces, 2 realities. A thin gold brushstroke connects them, but the brushstroke has a gap, the gap between who you are and who you are allowed to be. The boss asks, you bow. Of course. And for 1 microsecond, your real face flashes through, furrowed brow. This is wrong. Then the flash vanishes. The Tatemae smile returns. The system continues, but the system has a valve, the nomikai, the drinking party, loosened ties. That project was terrible. Others join. The Honne surfaces, briefly, within sanctioned boundaries. The warmth is real, but it expires at midnight. The karaoke booth, eyes closed, mouth wide, voice unfiltered. 3 minutes of freedom. Then the door opens. The Tatemae resumes. The manga carries what the reader cannot. Bold lines, characters screaming, breaking chains. The fiction does what the reality forbids. I disagree. I must agree. Cognitive dissonance. Your brain resolves it 3 ways. Path 1, internalization. You absorb the group's truth. You call it Gaman, but your body keeps the score. Jaw clench, chest compression. The serenity is surface level. Path 2, displacement. You find a valve. The gym, the art, the solo walk, but the system designed the valve. Your freedom is system approved. Path 3, collapse. The valve never opens. The Hikikomori room. Collapse is what happens when the architecture has no exit. Japan's suicide rate. A steady climb. Structural. And each data point is a candle. A life that burned until the pressure extinguished it. The candles go out one by one. How often do you smile? When you want to scream. And you think this is only Japanese, but the Western office, the same nod. Being professional, same mask, different label. The dinner party. Ha ha, totally! Inner thought. I completely disagree. The dual vocabulary is not Japanese. It is human. The Instagram post, curated warmth. The room behind the phone, gray, uncurated. The screen is the Tatemae. The room is the Honne. Same prison, different interface. Sound familiar? The Enso appears. Incomplete. The gap faces you. The gap is where your own Honne lives, and the Western apartment. Same composition, same isolation, same gray, not just Japanese, just... Now look deeper. This is not a video about Japan. This is a video about you, about the masks you carry, about the harmony you maintain at the cost of your own truth, about the systems, Japanese, Western, familial, corporate, that demand your compliance and call it virtue. So what do? You start by seeing the architecture. The next time you nod when you disagree, notice the ghost behind you, the gold outline of your real opinion. You don't have to express it, you have to know it. A thin gold line connects your chest to your true feeling. You are aware of your Honne even while performing your Tatemae. The awareness is the first shift. The Western family dinner, same Tatemae smiles, same subtle tells, same stiffness, same harmony, different name. The architecture is universal. How much? How much of yourself have you erased to maintain harmony? How much before the cost becomes collapse? Shift 1. Name your Honne. A journal. A gold pen. I disagree. I'm exhausted. This isn't working. The Honne leaves through the pen. No audience, no judgment, just the self meeting itself. The simplest practice, the most powerful. You write what you cannot say. You see what you have been hiding. A dawn walk. No phone, no earbuds, just you and the path and the emerging light. The Honne surfacing through motion. Not lonely, peaceful. Shift 2. Find your venting mechanism. The gym. Frustration channeled into physical effort. The art studio. Bold strokes on canvas. The guitar, emotional release through music. The park bench, one person listening, one person speaking. The simplest valve, one person who sees your Honne. No group, no audience, just connection. Shift 3. Choose your Murahachibu threshold. A gold line on the floor. Left, warm amber, harmony. Right, cool gray, self-destruction. You stand on the line. You choose your position. A gold gate, open doors. The threshold serves you. It does not imprison you. You control the gate. The Japanese garden? A wall. A gate. Warm garden inside. Gray space outside. The gate is open. You can close it. You can open it. The wall protects. The gate gives choice. The system serves you. You do not serve the system. The office. The boss asks, instead of the automatic nod, a pause. Let me think about that. Not rebellion, just a boundary. A small, warm glow appears. Agency. The pause is the threshold being exercised. 3 shifts, 3 practices. Name your Honne, the pen. Find your valve, the flame. Choose your threshold, the gate. 3 gold icons, designed to stay with you after the video ends, and the 3 icons merge into the Enso. The pen becomes the brush. The flame becomes the stroke's warmth. The gate becomes the gap. The incomplete circle contains all 3 practices. The gap is the Honne. The gap is where your real self breathes. Now, the final comparison. Harmony is beautiful. Temple gardens, synchronized groups, polite exchanges, safe streets. These results are real, but harmony that requires the death of truth is not harmony. It is a prison painted to look like a garden. Freedom is powerful. Open paths, expressive voices, diverse communities. These results are also real. But freedom that leaves you alone is not freedom. It is chaos painted to look like liberation. Left, Japanese tatemae, warm amber, closed smile. Harmony. Right, Western authenticity, warm amber, slightly forced eyes. Freedom. Both faces are performing, different labels, same mask. And then, the masks dissolve. The smiles flatten, eyes open fully. The amber dims. Beneath both masks, the same face. Tired, uncertain, searching. The cultural distinction vanishes. The human truth remains. The war was never outside you. The war was always between the face you show and the face you carry, between the harmony you maintain and the truth you bury. The enso appears. Gold. Incomplete. The gap is the Honne. The circle is the Tatemae. One symbol contains the entire thesis. The gap is where your real self breathes. The circle is where your performed self lives. Both are necessary. Both are real. The art is knowing which one you are choosing. And maybe the depth you carry is not a flaw. Maybe it is a gift you haven't learned to wield yet. The gap in your enso is not a wound. It is the space where your authenticity lives. The incompleteness is the room where your Honne can breathe. Subscribe if you can handle the truth.